And we are live here at the London Blockchain Conference, day 3. I've been pretty impressed at what they have going on here. A lot of people, big ecosystem that they have here. I have with me Jonathan, and Jonathan is with Tokenize, tokenize.com, and pretty slick offering is one of the reasons why I wanted to immediately bring it to you. Tell me a little bit about the platform and what brought you guys here to London.
Well, we're happy to announce that we've launched our desktop app. It's a BSV wallet, but also a smart contracting platform and issuance platform. And so that's freely available for desktop. It supports Linux, Mac, iOS. We have a companion app as well for secure self-custody signing. And yeah, we want to encourage everyone to give it a try, give it some feedback, and experiment with what it's like to issue real financial instruments on chain backed by full contracts that are automated and ready for prime time.
Well, that's pretty interesting. So, and definitely, so it sounds like you guys have a platform where somebody with not a lot of coding knowledge could sign up on the platform and then issue a token. Is that right?
Absolutely. Any type of instrument. We have a couple that we're starting with, but are eager to work with partners to generate more, build out the library of possible financial instruments. At this time, you can start with relatively simple things such as event tickets, reward points, discount coupons. We have credit vouchers for gift certificates and other forms of store credit and components like that. But debt instruments, securities, options, derivatives, real estate, patent licenses, any other kind of content licensing can be tokenized and backed by a real contract that actually signifies and confers legally binding rights and obligations on the issuer. Mm-hmm. And with that, all the functionality of capturing the workflow and the life cycle of that instrument in the contractual relationship, whether that's interest payment distributions or contract amendments over time, all that's supported, along with our enterprise-grade multi-signature security model that allows for, say, 3 out of 5 executives need to approve a transaction or an atomic swap between tokens. Mm-hmm. It all uses the on-chain locking script enforced at the blockchain level to authorize actions on the platform.
So pretty amazing. I mean, it sounds like a very robust platform. How long have you guys been at it?
We've been developing this at least since 2018.
Yeah.
There was a prize awarded to our company at its founding for developing the protocol that's on top of blockchain to support all of this in a completely permissionless way. And then it's just taken several years to develop the security architecture, the modular SDK API framework, the front end, all of the features that we have now that are live, working, available for anyone to experiment today with. So I think it's been, a big journey, but the ecosystem has finally matured, and there's so much we can do with that now.
Yeah, I have a lot of questions. So, I don't know, but so I know that historically, I've been around a long time, as you have, and legally is like one of the things that the community has pushed forward, the BSV community. So how does that work? Like, let's say I want to sign up and I want to start a Bruce token.
Right.
And I'm going to do it on tokenized.
Sure.
So can you walk me through how that works?
Right. So as an issuer, you would be the kind of author of the smart contract that is put on chain and dictates the kind of rules and the conditions that are automatically enforced for holders of that instrument. So maybe the instrument type Bruce coin, maybe for regulatory reasons, it's not appropriate for that to be transferring freely. Maybe you can restrict it so that it can only be redeemed by you or authorized third parties.
Okay.
Or you can set stipulations that provide geofencing. So only recipients within certain jurisdictions that have passed KYC verification can be eligible recipients, all enforced automatically by the smart contract agent that interprets the machine readable fields of that contract that you've issued.
Yes.
And so that allows for compliance with regulatory requirements depending on which regime you kind of like fall under. If if there's any number of rules can be kind of accommodated at that validation capability.
Now I see on the sign over here you have Series A. Is that it's part of the nice booth they have here? It's one of the things. So do you guys have framework set up for people to launch a Series A, or is that something different?
So depending on the requirements, we can work with specific companies that are interested in adopting that particular instrument type. And so again, that's just one of many possible instruments that fit within the general framework that we currently support.
Okay, and then let's talk about cost. So how much would it cost for me to start my Bruce coin?
So it depends on the instrument type. We have a model that includes recurring payments for operating the smart contract. So we are a software as a service company. We don't take on financial risk. We don't guarantee any particular instrument or act as a counterparty on any trades or a marketplace. But we operate the infrastructure behind the issuers that facilitate these transactions and instrument issuing. So one element would be there, depending on the instrument type, there's a recurring base cost, and then for high volume issuance, there's a metering kind of fee. So however many instruments are outstanding, there'd be a component there, but also a micro transaction that's part of every payment on the network. And right now, any of those are a fraction of a cent at this point. And so for extremely high velocity transactions with that instrument, we can actually subdivide that micro transaction or micro fee that's part of every transaction and share that with the issuer, use it to cover costs if there's any kind of KYC expense or any other kind of validation costs, cover the infrastructure costs for validating and processing that transaction. It's covered from a number of different ways. But at the end, for issuers, it's the most cost-effective option out there.
Yeah, it sounds like it. So you said a lot, but just to kind of, for the lay people out there, how much would they be looking at? Like under 5,000, or would it be under 10,000? Or
easily to get started? I mean, we're talking.
It sounded like.
Yeah, $50 to just get started, to try it out for a couple months. And then again, it just depends on volume and velocity for higher costs.
Pretty interesting, guys. So tokenize.com is the website, which is also a very nice URL. They have the team here. There's 4 of them here. They're working it. I would check it out. Pretty cool. What's the other social media?
On Twitter, it's tokenized_com. So follow us there. Download the app. Share your handle. It's
you're on the App Store.
Yeah, we're on iOS and Android for the mobile app, but the desktop app is kind of where all the functionality is. You can register with the desktop app, and then contact us through social media. We'll send you some tokens. We'll send you some a micro amount of BSV to kind of get started and just see how easy it is to use.
Jonathan, thanks for coming on, man.
Absolutely.
I like it. See you soon.
Oh no, it's 12:30.